Everybody, what is up and welcome back to the channel. And yes, we are back again with a third part in my series, and this one is about talking about lipless crankbaits. So I've covered the Z-Man Slim Swim so far, and I've covered square bills and medium divers, and now we're going to talk about lipless crankbaits, which are another one of my favorite baits that I like to fish. And what's great about these baits is you can fish them at all kinds of different depths. You're not restricted to one depth or the other. I love lipless crankbaits because I can throw it up in the shallows and crank it real fast and bring it through the shallows and let it drop into deep water. I can fish any level of column of water that there is with it. It's just a great bait to just go. It's a great search bait, trying to figure out what depth the fish are at as well, because you can fish different levels of depths with it and stuff. Now, most of the time you don't fish a lipless crank in super shallow water, but you can do it, and I have done it. I'll chuck it up in the shallows and crank it real quick through there and then hop it off the ledges and stuff. And it's just a great solid bait, and it's a bait that when the fish are a little bit deeper and they want something a little different, or you want something that you can hop off the bottom and still fish a crankbait type lure, they're really awesome. You can reel them, you can jerk them, you can yo-yo them, you can twitch them. There's a lot of different things you can do. Like what I like to do is I try a couple different retrieves. Usually the first thing I'll do is I'll cast it out and I'll just reel it back, and I'll just be reeling it, and then I'll stop and pause and then start reeling it again. Let it just, basically what happens is that bait's going along and it just drops, and then it goes along and then it just drops. I'll fish it like that. There's other times where I'll cast it out, I'll reel it, and then I'll pull it real fast and then let it drop, and I'll reel up that slack, and then I'll be reeling again, then I'll pull it, and then I'll let it drop and reel that slack up. And then there's other times where I'll throw it out there and I'll just yo-yo it. Sometimes I let it go all the way down the bottom and I just hop it up and reel that slack up, hop it up, reel that slack up. Other times I cast it out and I'll count down like 8 or 10, and then I'll just start yo-yoing it and just making that bait do like this through the water. And you can feel it because you're ripping it up and letting it fall, ripping it up, letting it fall. And most of the time, the strike comes on the fall. You'll rip it up, and then just as soon as you let it fall, that's when the strike comes and that fish grabs it. And it's an awesome bite. It's such a great bite when you feel it, and those fish will usually hammer it. And it's just a great bait to fish. So if you haven't tried lipless cranks, you really should. I used to be afraid of fishing lipless cranks because I didn't understand the concept behind them and stuff. When I was younger, I didn't understand how to fish them properly, but after I learned how to fish them properly, it is one of my favorite baits now. I forced myself to learn it, and I forced myself to learn it well, and now I love them, and I fish them like crazy. But I'm going to show you the ones that I have in my tackle box every day that I take with me, and I have kind of the similar ones on my kayak setup or whatever I'm going out on, bank fishing or whatever. This is my box that I take on the bank, and I take when I go in my boat. I have a little bit different setup when I go on the kayak, but I still have lipless cranks that I take with me as well. And we're going to show you guys some of these baits, and then we're going to get into some of the micro baits, which I didn't grab. So let me grab those real quick so I have those too, because they're micro liplesses that I love, and I want to show you those too. So I'm going to grab those real quick, and we're going to come right back to this video. Alright, so sorry about that. I meant to grab those micros as well, so now I got them over here, so now we can keep going with the video. So here's what we got going on here. We're going to show you the liplesses that I fish on a regular basis that I always have with me, whether I'm on the boat or on a kayak. These are the ones that I always have and stuff. And depending on what it is, I mean, I have same baits because I buy multiple, so I have those baits on whatever I'm fishing. So we're going to start off with my bigger box and the bigger ones that I have, which are right here. And one of my first go-tos, this is a Rapala lipless shad. I've had this bait for a very long time in this size. They're harder to find than I thought they would be, but I need to get a few more because this bait has caught me a ton of bass. I love this bait. It's real easy to fish, super awesome, and it's in a shad pattern. And Rapala makes really, really good baits, and I love this bait. It's great and stuff. Then I have, this is the Z-Man lipless that I got in my Monster Bass box. And this thing right here, you guys are going to see in the video, has caught me some nice fish. This is a great bait. I love the colors on this thing. And it was crazy because this literally, the catch that I'm going to show you in the video was the first time I even used this bait to test it out to see if it even worked. And this thing hammered me a nice fish. So it's a really great bait. I really like it a lot. And it's a go-to in my box. And then I also have, this is a Strike King. And this is a Red Eye Shad Wrap, I think is what they call this. Correct me if I'm wrong down the comments below. But this is the red eye shad. It's got a little bit of orange belly. When they're on that red bite and stuff, I love this. Lots of rattles, great bait, and it's a go-to of mine. It's always in the box. And then I have some that are a little bit smaller. I can't remember who makes this one. Yeah, this was a Savage Gear. This is a smaller version of that red one. It's a little Savage Gear red lipless. So if I feel like I need to downsize and stuff, and this is great for chucking in the river too, for smallies. Good one to go, a little bit smaller bait. I like that. And then I've got a couple other shad pattern ones right here. These are Rapalas that makes this. Rapala makes these. Here's another little nice little lipless shad pattern, and here's another little one like that for a little bit of downsizing action if I need to. And so I have a little bit of everything, and those are the ones that are in my main box right here that I have all the time. But then I have my go-to micro liplesses, which I love, and I'm going to show you some of these. And these ones are just deadly on big fish, small fish, anything you can think of. We'll hammer these. I mean, just anything, smallmouth, largemouth. They're just crazy how they bite on them. I'm just going to show you a couple of these because they're kind of tangled up here. But if I can get them untangled by shaking them, you know how that is when you got the hooks in your box. They get all tangled up and do crazy stuff. And I probably should have done this before I started shooting this video. But, hey, we're in it now, so we're going for it. Yeah, these guys are hooked up pretty good. That's kind of crazy. Always fun trying to untangle your baits. Alright, come on! They're not wanting to untangle. Oh, I got some other Rapalas too over in this box. They're a little different. Oh, we're getting it. Alright, so these are more on the micro line of baits that I like to throw, but these guys right here, these are the ones that I really wanted to talk about for you guys. And I'm probably going to make a separate video just about these baits. But for now, okay, we got them apart. Alright, so this is the lipless micro Euro bait. That's what I want to show you guys. And this one right here is my go-to favorite one of the bunch. I mean, it's not a big bait at all, so you guys can see. You can see my hand size to that little bait. This bluegill pattern, whatever you want to call it, is awesome. They also have them in different colors. Like I have this color right here. I can't remember what size these are offhand with the size are, but these are the smaller ones. They have a couple different sizes. And man, these baits, show you another color, are crazy amazing, because I'm going to show you their even smaller ones. So these are micro liplesses, but they even have them smaller than that have a single hook on it. So I'm going to show you. So here's this one. See if I can do this. Over here. All right, so here's, ouch. Here's this one, like that, and then look at this. Look at that little guy. And this is a micro, and this is a super micro. I love it though. I love it. But yeah, the micro baits. I've got a few others in here. Here's a Rapala one. Smaller lipless. Right there. That's a smaller version of the big one that I showed you of the Rapala, which I really like this little bait a lot as well. Here's another. This is Rapala makes this one in a perch. And then I've got one in. If I can get it off my fingers. I'm hooking myself. Man, treble hooks, man. Treble hooks. Stop. One thing about treble hooks, they will grab everything. And there's one in a shad as well, so you guys can see that. So anyway, those are like all the liplesses I like to use. I'm going to set that back up there. Those are the liplesses I like to throw. And lipless cranks, man, you can fish them so many different ways. I mean, just try a bunch of different ways, because if they're not biting one way, they're probably going to bite on the other way. Like I said, you can drop them down to the bottom. You can fish any depth of column of water that you want. It's just a great all about round bait. And that's a bait. The lipless crankbaits are a bait that you can throw year around. You can throw them spring, summer, fall, and winter, and you can catch fish. You just have to slow down in the wintertime, but you can catch fish with them. They're great. So what we're going to do now, we're going to roll you guys some footage of me catching fish on the lipless baits. I'm going to show you a few. I think I'm going to show you some with the big baits and show you a few with the small baits as well. So you can see that even those small baits will catch you some decent fish. And then we'll wrap this video up. So I hope you guys enjoy the catches, and I'll be back in a minute to wrap it up for you. Oh, there's a fish. There's a fish. There's a nice fish. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we got a good one. We were videoing. Tell me we're on. Oh, yeah, there's a nice bass. Oh, he inhaled it. He inhaled it. Look at that guy. Oh, yeah. Alright, everybody. So my battery went out right as I caught this tank of a guy. I don't know if you guys can see him, but got him on the lipless crank right off this point. Alright. Don't want to drift into there too much. But look at that. He just engulfed it. I let him take it. He just engulfed that nice. So there's the lipless crank. Pull that over the side. Things there. Look at that nice chunk. Look at that. That's a nice one on the lipless crank. And that's what we're looking for. Let's get him back in order. He's cold too. Wow, he's cold. So, yep. Didn't get skunked. Nice one. Alright, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for the fight. Get out of here, kiddo. He's off. Alright, guys. I'm going to toss that lipless crank around a little bit. Just because I ain't getting bitten on nothing else. And there's a fish right there. Oh, yeah. Just like that. GoPro, start recording. GoPro, start recording. Lipless crank. And there's a nice bass right there. I literally just tossed it and jerked it once. Damn, there was a fish. Alright, that was a good choice. Alright. Alright, guys. Not a bad bass at all. Alright, lipless crank for the win. Sweet. I'll take that. I will take that. Took a while to get one, but there you guys go. Nice, another nice bass right there. Alright. Alright, guys. Another decent quality bass right there. See you, bud. Alright, guys, this is the lipless crank I was throwing. This is Strike King, I think, or Rebel. I don't know. Anyway, good lipless crank. I've had it for a while, and that was pretty awesome. Just chucked it out there and pulled it up once, let it fall, and bam, there was a fish. Can't complain about that. Oh, there's a fish. There's one. Another decent bass. We'll take him. Lipless crank. He's not a big one. We'll take him for sure. Alright guys, another nice bass. These guys are pale. Man, they're pale. See you, bud. Alright guys, we're gonna check this lipless. Just got another one. I think we're in the right wheelhouse now. Guys, I got another one on. Lipless crank. This is a pretty good fish. I don't know where we're going right now. He's looked a little goofy. He's bigger, he's smaller than we got him. Alright. Whew. Alright. Sorry you missed some of that action. It's too into catching the fish. Well, we got another one. Lipless crank. His front hook popped out, but he was still hooked in the back here. We'll take that. Alright. Lipless crank, guys. That's what we're getting them today. Trying to get on some with the lipless. Nice fish though. Alright guys, my SD card's full, but there's another nice bass right there. Sweet, we'll take him. See you, bud. Awesome. Oh, wow. That's a big fish right there. Oh my God, he hammered that lipless. Where's my net? Where's my net? Bring it back this way. Come here. Come here. Oh. All right. Well, I think I found something they like. Holy cow. Woo. Look at that, guys. That's a nice fat bass right there. Pliers. He's all tangled up right at the boat too. Man. He's out. Alright, dude. Chill out. He hammered that lipless. Alright, guys. Look at that. Ooh. Nice fat bass. You guys see that sucker? So I've been working all day to find a fat toad like that. I think we need to weigh this sucker. just to see what we got here. All right. Let's get our scale out. Hello. Hit the reset button. Alright, guys. £2.19. Almost a 2.5 pounder right there. I'll take that all day long. Alright guys, super nice, almost 2.5 pounder. That's what we're looking for, lipless crankbait. Awesome, awesome catch. Gotta love that. Alright guys, super nice bass. That's what I've been looking for. See you, bud. He's off. Alright, since that little Euro bait's got me too, I'm gonna try my big lipless again right here and see if maybe I can find a bigger fish. So that's kind of the plan. Oh, and I'm on him. Oh, that's a good fish. I can't even reel him. Like, is this really happening? That's a big bass. He's pulling my drag. Oh yeah. That's a good fish. Look at that bass. Oh my God, that's a big bass. Can you guys see that? Look at that bass. Holy cow, that's a tank. You gonna get him on the shore? Look at that bass. Oh man, look at that bass. Holy cow. Whew. Look at that. Holy cow, that's like a 5 pounder all day long. Oh my God. Holy cow. I need the pliers, but look at that. Guys, look at that. Hold on, let me tilt my camera up. I can't believe that just happened on my Z-Man. Look at that. Holy cow. That's like 4.5, 5 pounds. That's a stud. Holy cow, second big fish of the year. That's just crazy. Crazy. Look at that, Z-Man. Z-Man, you see that? Z-Man. Z-Man getting it done. Holy cow, that thing is massive. That's a stud. Stud. Winter fishing. All right, guys, we're gonna get this big old girl back in the water. We're gonna get this big old girl back in there. Beautiful fish. Try to get her in here. Get this one going. Whoops. All right. And look at that. Off she goes. Holy cow. That was awesome. Awesome. Look at that. There she is, still swimming. Got an extra jump. Alright guys, Z-Man limpless crank for the win. Like I said, this is the Z-Man 63. This came in my Monster Bass box. It's kind of a medium-sized lipless crank. It's not too big. But man, that thing hammered it. As soon as I pulled it the first time, on there. Bam, fish. Alright everybody, there you go. There was some great video footage there. Lots of fun catches on the lipless cranks. And even the micro cranks. They're just great baits. Depending on where you're fishing, depends on the size that you want to be throwing. If you're fishing heavily pressured bodies of water, sometimes downsizing is definitely the way to go. These baits work on everything from largemouth to smallmouth to striped bass to crappie to even bluegills and sunfish, and you'll even catch catfish, channel cats. I've caught channel cats with them. Just everything. A muskie will hit them, pike will hit them, pickerel will hit them. I mean, they just catch everything. So they're really good bait. You can fish them anywhere in the country, and you're pretty much guaranteed to catch some fish at the right times of the year if you're fishing them in the right places. Spend some time watching some videos and watching people catching fish and how they're using it and where they're using it and what they're using it on. And check it out. You can watch my videos. I have lots of videos where I'm throwing lipless cranks and catching fish. So Check them out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this is one of my favorite baits I like to fish, and that's what this series of videos that I'm doing right now is all about. Is my favorite baits that I like to fish, that I use every day on a daily basis, and that I fish year round. So that's kind of what I've been focusing on with these videos, and I hope you guys are enjoying them. I'd love to hear your comments down below about what's your favorite lipless crank or your favorite catch, or how well you doing, or if you have used it or not used it. What do you think about it? Also, questions and comments. If you got questions, feel free to ask those as well, because I try to answer all the questions that I get. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button, because it really does help out the channel, and I'm really trying to grow the channel. And just get out there and enjoy doing some fishing. Get out there, get your lines wet, and catch some fish. We'll see you guys on the next one.